Soccer returned home for senior day.
And cross country captures a win in Akron.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. Welcome into the Penguin Rundown. I'm Christina Stainovich alongside Dom Joseph. Dom, it rained the whole weekend.
I cannot believe it. Just constant, too. It never stopped, and it was just a long, long weekend. But YSU Sports still had to go out there and perform, and they did just that. We're going to start things off with some soccer. And the women's soccer team traveled to Purdue Fort Wayne, but lost by a score of 1-0. The team was back at it again on a rainy Sunday against Robert Morris for Senior Day. The seniors recognized during the game were Katie Hackos, Madison Hughes, Shawnee Jefferson, and Brittany Hoskins. Unfortunately for the team, they lost that one as well, 2-0. The team now has a record of 5-2 for the season after this past weekend. However, the women play again this Friday against Milwaukee at Farmers National Bank Field at 7 p.m.
Football traveled to Morgantown, West Virginia for Week 2 action. The Gwins took on the number 14 team in the country, the West Virginia Mountaineers. The Gwins held their own in the first and second quarter against a Big 12 powerhouse, but West Virginia was able to pull away in the second half. The Gwins dropped a tough road game by a score of 52-17 in favor of West Virginia. Senior running back Tevin McCaster led the Gwins in rushing yards with 14 carries for 72 yards. Montgomery Van Gorder led the Gwins in the air once again with 11 passes completed for a total of 157 yards. Sophomore transfer Zach Farrer had 6 receptions for a total of 135 yards. He averaged 22 yards per reception, and his longest was a 43-yard reception from Van Gorder. The Gwins dropped to 0-2 on the season, but look to bounce back in the Ice Castle this Saturday against the Valparaiso Crusaders at 2 p.m. The game can be viewed through ESPN+.
This past weekend, the men's golf team competed in the Fuzzy Zoller Intercollegiate, finishing that one in 11th place. Despite the rain on both Saturday and Sunday, the Gwins were able to score an admirable total of 895. A few members of the team stood out at this match, including sophomore Kevin Schur, who scored his personal best of 213, coming in tied for 12th place. After this exciting weekend, the golf team also competed at the Joe Faganis Invitational in West Virginia, finishing in 11th place there as well. Next, the team is headed to Akron for the Firestone Invitational on October 1st.
The women's golf team competed in the NKU Fall Classic at Northern Kentucky University. The matches took place Monday and Tuesday in an event where the Penguins tied for 6th place against UNC Asheville. Freshman Puthita Kwan Rudy led the team with a 224 total score, tying her for 9th place. The team will be off until next week, where they'll participate in the Nittany Lion Invitational at Penn State University.
As you all know, fall sports across the country is underway. Lamar Jackson toured through campus to find out what YSU students are most excited for this semester.
Hi, I'm Lamar Jackson, standing here in Kill Colley Center. I'm going to ask a few folks about what they think for the YSU sports this year.
I'm really excited for the football team. I think we have a great chance to at a national championship.
Marissa. And what are you excited for?
Basketball and football, because I used to play basketball and football, so I'm a big fan of football.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm excited for the volleyball team. I love volleyball and I played in high school, so I think YSU is a really good team. I'd love to watch them.
Now I'm here with
Joe Bellingham.
And what are you excited for this year?
I'm excited for the YSU football team, who's 0-2 right now, but they're going to turn it around and make it a good run.
I'm excited for the football team this year. They've done pretty good the last couple of years. A little bit of a rough start to the season, but I'm excited to see that. Just all the other, sports that started up here. I know they started up hockey and stuff like that. They've been well here, so I'm just excited to see what all the sports teams will do this year and see what we got.
I'm ready for YSU to win another championship. We need one. It's been a long time since we haven't received one, so hopefully Bo can get it done this year.
Jacob.
Matthew.
What are you guys excited for?
We are excited to see Brian Terleski golf this year.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. I'm Lamar Jackson signing off. Back to you, Christina and Dom.
Thank you, Lamar. Now the YSU cross-country team competed this past Saturday at the Tommy Evans Invitational in Akron, Ohio. The men put on a stalwart performance as they finished first overall and had 4 runners finish in the top 10. Alan Burns came in second place at 19 minutes and 53.9 seconds. Ryan Sullivan finished in 6th, James Nedrich in 9th, and Tyler Pullman in 10th. The women also ended up in the top 5 at 4th place. Mackenzie Scott was their top runner as she ran 18 minutes and 44.1 seconds for 10th place. She was followed by Nicole Squatrito as she was in the top 20 at 17th. The team will now take the long commute to East Lansing, Michigan as they compete tomorrow in the Michigan State Invitational.
The volleyball team split a pair of 4-set matches on Saturday to finish out the Jefferson Cup. The Penguins topped George Mason in the morning, but fell to the tournament champions UNC Wilmington in the afternoon. Junior Aaliyah Hughes and sophomore Margaret Thompson both had double-doubles in each match. Against George Mason, Hughes finished with 14 kills and 14 digs, while Thompson tallied 16 kills as well as 16 digs. Their performances were strong enough to earn the duo all-tournament team honors. Other standouts in the sets against George Mason were freshman Brooklyn Pia and junior Valor Haggerty. Pia registered 9 kills and Haggerty had 7 kills. Later in the day against UNC Wilmington, Hughes had 13 kills and 18 digs, while Thompson posted 10 kills and 12 digs. On Tuesday, the Gwins took the short trip to Moon, Pennsylvania to take on the Colonials of Robert Morris. Despite the strong showing from both Thompson and Hughes, the Penguins were unable to bring home the win as they fell 3-1. Youngstown State finishes their busy road trip this weekend at the Akron Zips Invitational. On Friday, the Gwins will take on Akron at 7 p.m. and then face off against Bucknell on Saturday at 12 p.m.
Men's tennis opens the 2018-19 season this weekend at the River Forest Invitational. They finished strong last year with a 12-11 overall record. Senior Yoshida Hahn returns this year and hopes to improve on his 2017 season. He finished with an 18-13 overall while going 12-8 in dual competition. The time and opposing team is yet to be announced for the River Forest Invitational this weekend, but be sure to check YSUsports.com for updates. And now, it is time for Penguin Play of the Week. There's a lot of nominees out there, but we're going to send it over to Taylor Nemec, who has more.
Thanks, guys. Now it's that time again for Penguin Play of the Week. We're going to take it out to Mountaineer Field in Morgantown, West Virginia, where the football team took on the Mountaineers. Let's check it out. And there's going to be a huge tackle on the play for Sharif Bynum, number 50. You can tell he's a very experienced player by the way he reads that offense and breaks through that line. Congratulations, Sharif, on getting that 5 yards back. Christina, Dawn, back to you.
Thanks, Taylor. That'll just about do it here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, be sure to check out YSUsports.com and follow us on social media on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm Christina Sainovich.
And I'm Dom Joseph.
See you next Thursday, Penguin Nation.